Hi there, everybody there, folks, and welcome aboard to my Premier League Game Week 4 predictions on Real to Football. Hope you're all doing well. Do leave a thumbs up on this video, and let us know in the comments let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts on my predictions, and as well your predictions down below in the comments below. And yeah, this is my Premier League Game Week 4 predictions. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and leave a like on this video, or also share the channel around to your friends, because they subscribe, but at the end of the day, it costs nothing. And the more subscribers and the more views, the more I benefit, the more the channel benefits, so forth, so forth. So yeah, my Premier League Game Week 4 predictions, then we're going to get them off and running. Premier League Game Week 4 predictions after the international break, and we're going to get them started with Southampton up against Manchester United. Now, Southampton, don't think they've picked up a point. They only scored one goal. United, I know they're coming off the back of a 3-0 home defeat to Liverpool, which was just, it wasn't a good performance on Man U in the end. It was a really poor result. I think that United need to get some points on the board against Southampton. It's an opportunity for Southampton to hurt them and get themselves some points on the board, but I think this is an opportunity for Manchester United to just say, we're still Man U, we aren't going to keep losing games. And I think that on paper, Man United should easily walk away here with a 3-1 victory. So Southampton 1, United 3 is what I predicted for that one. Brighton up against Ipswich. Brighton, yep, one of those sides who were unbeaten. Ipswich have only suffered 2 defeats, and they were to Liverpool and City. They only lost 4-1 to City as well. I thought they were going to lose 5-0. Scored a goal at the Etihad. Obviously they lost. Well, I mean, losing to Liverpool at home is disappointing. They haven't won a game, but they have got points on the board. Obviously, getting that draw against Fulham, really positive. Taking the lead and not being behind in that game, holding the Fulham to a 1-1 draw. Positive result for Ipswich. They've only, I think it's only 1 out of the opening 3 games at Ipswich Town that they've not scored a goal. And that was the opening game, obviously scoring. So I don't think goal scoring is an issue for Ipswich. I think that it'll be a tight game. I think that Brighton will beat Ipswich. However, I think it will be quite a tight one. I know that a lot of people think, well, this is going to be comfortable for Brighton. I don't think it is. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Brighton. I only think 2-1. I don't think it's going to be cruising and bruising for Brighton. I think Ipswich will give it a real go. And they've showed good signs in the early stages of this season. So Ipswich Town narrowly defeated 2-1 by Brighton. Palace up against Leicester City. Palace and Leicester. Yeah, I think it's 1 point on the board for each of them. Somewhat daft like that. Let me think. Yeah. Palace got 1 point against Chelsea, and Leicester got a point against Spurs. Other than that, both of them 2 defeats. And I think that this clash shouts out the word boring, to be honest with you. The last time I watched these two played, it was at King Power Stadium. I think it was a 0-0 draw. Very boring game. Nothing to it. I can't really see this game offering much. 2 sides aren't doing very well in the opening stage of the season. Now, obviously, Palace, good point at Chelsea. However, I think that these two will end up not being able to find a way to beat one another. I think it'd be a 1-1 draw. Fulham against West Ham, a good old West versus East London derby. Yeah, I think Fulham have got this one in the bag. West Ham have been good-ish. Obviously, 3-1 defeats at home to Man City, 2-1 defeat at home to Villa, 2 home defeats. Obviously, sandwiched in the middle of that, they got the 2-0 win at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace, which was positive, of course. I think in this case, I think Fulham are a good side. Obviously, I think they've only lost the 1 game, which was at Old Trafford. Obviously, I would have thought maybe they could have got 3 points out of Portman Road, but I think that Fulham are a top side. I think in this case, at Craven Cottage especially, they should beat West Ham. I think it'd be a comfortable 3-1 victory for Fulham there. I'm going to race for the next 2. Liverpool against Nottingham Forest. Yeah, Nottingham Forest away from home, Liverpool at home, Anfield. I think that, well, obviously Forest have been unbeaten in the opening 3 games, um, collecting 3 points out of 3 games. No. 5 points out of 3 games, 2 draws, 1 win. No losses, and obviously they're on a +1 goal difference. So I think that this will be the first kind of difficult reality check kind of game. I think Forest should have beaten Wolves, actually. I think that it'll be a good game, but I think Liverpool should comfortably beat Nottingham Forest. I'm going to say the exact same thing as well for Man City v Brentford, purely based on the fact it's Man City at home. Brentford are not the Brentford are a good side, but they're not the Brentford of Ivan Toney. They're not Brentford of Ivan. They're not the Brent. They're not the same Brentford that beat them 2-1 in that opening season. So for me, a 3-0 defeat for Brentford as well there. Villa v Everton. Now Everton, oh my goodness gracious me. Goals conceded. Yeah. It's a bit of a nightmare for Everton, really. 3 goals conceded at home to Brighton on the opening day, and then shipping 4 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's 7, and then a further 3 as well at home to Bournemouth, scoring just the 2, collecting 0 points. Yeah. And when you add it all together, 10 minus 2, which is how many they scored, equals 8. They're on a -8 goal difference, 0 points collected, 10 goals conceded, -8 goal difference. And to be honest with you, I see that becoming 14 goals conceded and then being on a -11 goal difference, because purely I think that Everton are just really poor at the moment. Can't seem to do anything right. Obviously, they lost it late at home to Bournemouth, but for me, very comfortable victory for Villa. I think it should be 4-1, if not more. Probably a clean sheet. Back to Everton to score, maybe, but yeah. Everton, aren't they? Villa, 4-1. Bournemouth and Chelsea, 2 sides who are very interested in their own ways. Bournemouth, of course, play some positive football and have had some positive results. They are, I think, amongst those who are also unbeaten in the opening stages this season, and I don't see why Bournemouth can't get a point, if not even 3, against Chelsea. I think Chelsea should get a point out of this game. I think that it'll be a good game to watch. I think that it's got a 1-1 draw still over it, though. So Bournemouth 1, Chelsea 1. Now we're moving on to the North London derby, as you can tell, because the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is my backdrop for this Premier League predictions video. I've gone for a 2-1 win for Arsenal. Now, I know, obviously, that there's no Martin Odegaard, potentially. No Declan Rice, because that's stupid suspension. Yeah, don't talk to me about that. I think that if we do have those 2 absences, it's going to make it very difficult. And I am worried. But I want to keep positive thoughts. I really think that this is a must-win game. I think that we should be winning the North London derby, and I think that it's, as well as that, its tagline is a must-win. Definitely a lot more difficult now. No Declan Rice and potentially no Odegaard. It's going to be difficult, but we got to get the job done. And I will be disappointed if we don't get 3 points or at least a point. I'll take a draw out of it, but 3 draws. If we draw that game, we're looking at potentially 3 draws straight, because we'll be probably going for a 0-0 slump pit at the Etihad. And yeah, really, the ideal is to win this game. But I do see, I'd take a draw, but the ideal is to get 3 points. I've gone for a 2-1 Arsenal win, but I am worried, and I can definitely picture it being a draw. Yeah, not really the right time to play North London derby, not really the right time to play any game unless it's up against Burnley or somebody like that. But there you go. It is North London derby. I've gone for a 2-1 Arsenal win. Let's hope and pray that Odegaard ain't absent, and let's hope and pray anyway, bar the absences or forget the absences, that we win that North London derby. I've gone for Spurs 1, Arsenal 2. Finally, to finish things off, I've gone for Wolves v Newcastle. Wolves I've picked up, I think, 1 point out of a possible 9. 2 defeats to Arsenal, and then that horrible 6-2 defeat to Chelsea. That came out of the blue. I wasn't expecting that. I don't think anybody was. Now, yeah, I think that Newcastle should get the job done here. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Newcastle win. Folks, I want to thank you all so very much for tuning into this video. Do give it a thumbs up, leave a like on it, and let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win which game. Let us know your scoreline predictions. Let me know if you disagree or agree with any of my predictions. And yeah, folks, at the time of watching this, you should be watching this on 6 p.m. on Thursday night. So you shall see me at 7:45 on that Thursday night for Harrogate Town up against Doncaster Rovers. Take care, folks. Hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.